Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thursday live here at Oregon Weight and Wellness, and I'm joined with Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Hey, everybody.
How are you doing today, Rachel?
I'm good. Today's
Yeah,
a fun. I'm making progress day. How about
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Um, uh, I changed up my little exercise routine and got outside, and I did my. This is kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm a little farther into the season for getting outside in the morning than I usually am. But this morning I decided I'm doing it. Today's the day. Yeah. So I did my little run outside rather than on the treadmill. So yeah. So it
Fantastic.
was a great start to the day. Yeah.
It's I've been looking forward to the weather change too because I really value getting that first light. But
Mm-hmm.
wintertime that I'm already working when that light is
Right.
coming up.
Exactly.
I've been awake for hours.
Yeah. Right.
So this morning, my husband and I went on our run this morning at 5, and around 5:20, because it's clear, there's no cloud
Yeah.
cover, I couldn't believe how bright the sky was. So we
Yeah.
got to catch, we didn't quite see a sunrise, but we saw that morning
The
glow. And it was
dawn. The dawn.
the dawn. Oh, it was
Yeah.
so, and it was just, it felt good. My eyes were like, just, it's bright, it's
Yeah.
pretty. The
Right.
birds were singing. It was
Mm-hmm.
glorious this morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm loving this switch now that we get to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Great. So, yeah. So, Rachel, you had some ideas about where we could go with our little talk, and I was wondering if you'd share that with our audience.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you guys know, we've been doing this for a long time together on this vlog podcast type thing. And we've talked about everything. We've talked through books, we've talked through food and nutrition and movement and sleep and all things having to do with health and well-being. And recently we've been going through just different quotes and different mantras or phrases that we come across and how they impact our day to day. How could we use them as a powerful, motivating, concept?
Mhm.
I heard something today on a podcast and I thought, well, this might be a good series of conversations we have. Maybe we kind of, maybe it's more than just a single conversation. Let's see how it goes today and what kind of response we get from people.
Yep.
But the idea is to discuss the differences between a diet mentality
Mm.
and a lifestyle mentality.
Yeah.
So, when
Well, let
we're,
me ask you a question. Can I
yeah,
ask
what
you a
do you,
question first,
yeah,
Rachel? Maybe as a jumping in point.
yeah,
Have you been on a diet? Have
yes,
you ever been on a diet? Did you ever
yes,
go on a yeah?
yes, right. Yeah,
And are you on a diet right now?
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's so simple. I love that you just said that. That's a very simple
Mhm.
way because we
Mhm.
can talk about it from that point of view. We all know what diets are.
Mm.
Diets are programs that you follow that are usually quick fixes. They're very restrictive. They're specific. Sometimes it's the grapefruit diet. Sometimes it's the, I don't know, soup diet.
Yeah. My
Um,
first diet ever was the cabbage soup diet. Yeah.
there you go, cabbage soup diet. What are the other ones? I mean, there's when I was my first sort of dieting exposure was when I was probably in middle school or just right around junior high. My mom bought this program for me that was like, you had cards and each card was like, this is
Mm.
your protein card, this is your card. You got a certain number of cards every day. That's probably
Mhm.
where Weight Watchers got their points idea. And I can't remember what it was called. You would know it if
Oh,
I said
well,
it.
I recognized something similar to that, and it was the guy that I think of Richard Simmons.
Oh,
I remember doing that diet, and it was cards, and you put the cards from this side of the sleeve, the envelope
yes,
sleeve, to this side of the envelope sleeve when you used them up, and that was the way to know that was your allotment for the day.
exactly. Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
And you know, we come from diets, we go to diets, we look at diets arguably to lose weight. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the whole point, right? To
Right.
lose weight.
Yeah.
I was never throughout my lifetime looking at diets to reduce my blood pressure
Right.
or to make sure that I can walk as long as possible into my older years, or to sleep better. It was just a number on the scale. It was just weight.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That was the sole purpose of the diet, was to see that number move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, in James Clear's book, The Atomic Habits, he talks about when we're building habits, typically what people do is they're looking at the outcome first. Okay, so that's an outcome-based habit. I want to lose weight. That's your outcome. And then they say, okay, what do I need to do to lose weight? Right? And that's a process. They figure out the process. And their hope is at the end of the road, they will have a new identity. They will have lost weight. They will certainly feel happier, and things will be much better. And, all the things we dream about as someone's dreaming about losing weight. So it goes, that's a outcome, process, and then an identity. And he says we've got it wrong. And this is a problem with the way that we build habits. We're going the wrong direction. We need to turn that around. Start with identity. Start with, who do I want to become? Why? What's in it for me? What's really important in my life, in my family, my job, my community? What am I really looking at big picture? I promise you it's not weight. I know. I've known too many people in my life and coached too many people to know it's not weight. That's where someone starts. And then when we have this conversation, it turns out it's not actually really about the weight. It's about a lot of other things. So start with identity, then figure out, how do I get to that identity? How do I be that person I want to be? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it talk like? What can I learn? What are the actions and behaviors? And then from going that direction, we see a result. We see the outcome.
Right. The process is creating this lifestyle,
right,
that leads to that identity, that where you want to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. When we think about it from an identity point of view first, and there's other ways to think about this to help you understand because sometimes people get stuck on identity. What do you mean, my identity?
Yeah.
And that can include your values, your morals, your beliefs, who you are and who you would like to be more like. Where are you growing towards? What are you becoming? And when we have that in mind, and when we design it, when we discover it, some people may not know what that really is. It takes work to actually discover it.
Yeah, that's a great point. It does take work, because sometimes if our identity is just wrapped up in the number, then we have to kind of step back and ask some questions of ourselves. Is that all there is to me? And is that true? And and so it's those really good questions, or deeper questions, that help you figure out this identity that you're talking about.
That's some deep questions, right? So then from this identity, then it becomes more obvious what the process is to get where you're going. It becomes more obvious, and now you're hooked, right? Now you have buy-in, because you know who you are, who you're becoming. It's got a value based around it, not just a number, right? It's a bigger picture that you're looking for.
Right.
The weight might be part of that, but I know it's so much more than that. It's so much more that you want. And here's where the diet mentality lets people down. We think that everything's going to kind of be better once we lose that weight. Right? Once I lose the weight, then I will try to get a promotion. Then I'm sure I'll be able to find someone. Then, it's where we're putting everything off, and there's a lot of pressure.
Right.
But if we're not doing the work on our who our identity is, in the meanwhile, we show up with a new weight on the scale. But what does that mean?
Right.
Who are we? What did we overcome? What did we achieve?
Yeah. Good point. And we made kind of this perfunctory, or this finite goal. We got there, we met that goal, and then And then most of the time, what we did to get there goes away
Yes.
because we did not create a foundation of this identity, of a broader,
Mhm.
overarching picture of who we are, who we want to become. Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
right. We worked hard. We worked hard. We were on the hamster wheel, crazy, crazy, crazy. Get to the weight you want, and then what?
Yeah.
What does maintenance look like? What does your lifestyle look like? Did you
Mhm.
learn new lifestyle skills, or was
Mhm.
it just gritting your teeth and clenching
Mhm.
your fists for 8 weeks, 12 weeks,
Right.
however long?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because that's
then,
not sustainable. Right. Yeah.
not sustainable. Yeah, and not enjoyable.
None.
Not
Yeah.
enjoyable. Um, So that's a lot about the diet mentality. What are your thoughts about how it
Mm.
compares to a lifestyle
Mhm.
mentality? What does that mean to you?
Right. Well, yeah, so that lifestyle again takes that bigger picture in mind and helps me know, why I'm doing what I'm doing and is it consistent, helps me address my behavior is that consistent with the values that I hold?
Yeah.
And it helps me get to a place of consistency, giving myself grace and time to
Mhm.
figure things out. Because where a diet is kind of finite lifestyle, I have to invest in my life, my health every day of
Mhm.
my life. It doesn't. It's kind of not. It's not ending. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So then when choosing behaviors to help you get to that identity that you're looking for, we're not thinking about um, like the diet mentality is, well, I can do anything for 4 weeks, just grin
Right.
and bear it, right?
Yeah. Right. Hmm.
A lifestyle is, what do I want my life to look like? What
Hmm.
can I do? What do I
Right.
want to do? Right.
Yeah.
So when we like,
Yeah.
let's take exercise for example. Someone on a diet will do whatever it takes,
Yeah.
whatever and they'll
Mhm.
do whatever the diet tells them to do. You have to
Mhm.
run this many miles per week, or you have
Mhm.
to swim. It's like they just follow, right? It's just
Yeah.
you just follow because you're promised something,
Mhm, mhm,
and so you're just doing it.
mhm.
Never mind that you may not like that kind of exercise.
Right.
Never mind that it may not feel good to your body or
Mm,
align with who you are or your values or
mm.
your lifestyle. I think a lifestyle mentality is, what's the kind of movement that I find joyful?
Oh, right.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I
What was
just
it?
had this like a little moment, and maybe I've said this kind of thing
Let's hear
before,
it.
but so diet to me is a tightrope.
Mm.
Lifestyle is a path. Diet mentality is
Mm.
a tightrope of staying on, teetering. Any second now, I can fall off and fail. Yeah. Where lifestyle has this comfortable path. Maybe it's not this wide. Maybe I have to narrow it, but I choose the boundary lines that are consistent with my values and where I want to go. So yeah, so it's a
Love
path.
that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Mhm.
Love that. And that infers to me that on a tightrope, there is no room for mistake. There is
Mhm.
no room for a wobble,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
There's no room for anything.
Yeah.
If I'm on a path, I have a little bit of bob and weave, right?
Mhm.
I have a little bit of choice. Don't have to be perfect. Much more
Mhm.
grace and
Mhm.
compassion
Mhm.
with the process.
Mhm.
Um, but it's going to be easier to walk
Mhm.
down a path
Yeah.
than a tightrope.
Yeah. And to me, the tightrope feels it's heightening my anxiety. It's keeping me in this hyper vigilant state of mind, this
Mhm.
stressed out state of mind. Whereas a path, I'm picturing a path through a wooded area or in my
Uh,
blueberry field or something like that. There's
uh,
calm. There's calm to it,
yeah.
and there's like you said, grace in it,
Mhm.
and yeah, and it's much more freeing
Mhm.
versus yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoyable and
Right.
room to think
Right.
and to discover. And that's why, really, a lifestyle change,
Hmm.
lifestyle habits, lifestyle medicine is what we call
Hmm.
it. That's going to take a little longer.
Hmm.
It's not a quick fix,
Right.
but it's the
Yeah.
fix.
Right.
It's
Oh, I
the
love it.
answer. Yeah,
It's
it's not a quick fix, but it is the fix.
the fix. I love it. It's not a quick fix. It's the fix. That's awesome. We should write this stuff down.
Right
Diet
now.
is a tightrope, right? Dieting
I
is a
will.
tightrope. There's no, you can't pick up in
No.
the path. You can pick things up, try them, let them go.
Ooh,
Right?
I love that. I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
What do I think about this?
Right.
Yes or no?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in or out?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. But if you're on a tightrope, there's no, like you said, no wiggle room. Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
And you don't have, I think this is probably the biggest piece that changed for me. I'm a questioner. When you think about
Mhm.
the 4 tendencies, what's the author's name?
Yeah, Gretchen
Rubin.
Yeah.
Gretchen Rubin wrote the book, The
Mhm.
4 Tendencies. We
Yeah.
love to
Great book.
have our clients and patients take that quiz to kind of get an idea.
Mhm.
I'm more of a questioner,
Mhm.
and I don't. Are you a questioner? Okay, I don't
Same.
like being told what to do. I'm
Mm-mm.
not a rebel. I won't
Mm-mm.
necessarily rebel, and that's one of the other ones.
Yeah.
But I will question. And the diet mentality always got me like thinking, I don't think so. I don't think that's right. I don't want to, So here's the cool thing. When you're on the tightrope, you don't get to make any decisions. You just do what you're told. On a
Right.
path, you come to a trailhead, you get to decide
Mhm.
which way is life-giving. Which
Yeah.
way is the right way for me, not
Right.
for anyone else, because
Right.
everyone has their own journey, their own way to get there.
All right. Rachel,
Okay,
this is a great start to this
Yeah.
discussion. I
Let's
love it.
continue this. Me too. Okay, here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to try to see if I can take a screenshot of us to put up on YouTube, kind of like how you see these screenshots.
Mhm.
And I feel like the response, the visual response we gave to the tightrope was perfect. So can we just like strike a pose of you're on a tightrope and you don't like it for like a
Okay.
second, and then I'll go back and screenshot it. What do you think?
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
I stood on one foot. You couldn't see
Oh,
that.
you did. Okay, let's do it again. Are you ready?
Here, maybe I could put.
I
I
have
don't
to turn
know.
my signal off.
Here.
There we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. Now, I hope if you guys are watching this, you are enjoying this, because we are enjoying ourselves way too much.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. All right. And well, we need to segue then into for what's for dinner.
What's for dinner? Yeah. So tonight for
Yeah.
dinner for me,
Mhm.
it's our Thursday rotation at small groups. So
Mhm.
the theme is bring one of your favorite things. And it was a toss up between salad or soup, because those to me are just steady standby go-to.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
always have a salad
Mhm.
and or a soup in my
Mhm.
fridge at all times.
Mhm.
So tonight it's a bean kale kind of Tuscan style,
Ooh.
really hearty soup. Yeah, it's got
Mm.
cabbage and it's got nutritional yeast and some really interesting ingredients. It's kind of a different take on stuff. So
Oh,
that's
that
what I'm
sounds
bringing.
great.
How
Yeah.
about you?
Well, my husband, he did all kinds of salmon grilling yesterday. So we have leftovers, and he tried 3 different cilantro kind of topping on one, and then maybe he did some sort of chili cayenne peppery thing on the other one. Anyway, so there's variations on the theme, but I like cold salmon over greens
or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be my dinner.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yum.
Looking
Yeah,
forward to that.
a salad with cold protein on it, I think is
Yeah.
really good. I like that too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yum.
yeah, that's it. And then we're headed to Cupertino this weekend. So
Fun.
mhm,
Have
yeah.
a wonderful time with your
Yes.
family.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks. It's a great discussion, and I can't wait
Yeah.
to continue it, Rachel. All
Me
right.
too. I hope everybody joins us. Thanks, everyone.
Till next time.
Bye.